All right, everybody, welcome. This is our ShadowDark, The Island, Episode 2. Returning with us, we've got Dom and a new person, Jacob,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. Sorry, I just changed my name there. Yep.
Sorry. Yeah, I've seen you around, but first time I really met you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Excited.
Absolutely. Um, I don't think there's really any introductions we want to say. Do you guys just want to get into it?
Yeah, excited to get
Yep.
going.
All right. 1 second here. Okay. The coastal village of Dagger Ridge, um, up against the the sharp rocks of the coast, waves crashing against it. In the city, or the village rather, a few people meander around outside. Most people inside their little cottages. It's dark. There's still dark clouds. It's been like this for months. Mud in the streets. A melancholic tone is thick over the village.
Stepping stepping out of my small hovel, looking behind me at my altar. Its surface empty. I take my staff, push it into the muddy road. Looking around down the street, I see a familiar old man outside the bar, sitting in the mud. Begin walking towards him.
The man sees Brahm, looks up,
Lord's blessing to you, friend.
and to you.
It's cold out here. You sure this is where you want to be, sitting out here?
He doesn't even shiver. He looks around him. Oh, so it is. And he reaches up his hand toward you.
I pull out some dried fish they have. May this go far for you. And I offer him the rest of it. Say, friend, have you seen any anyone around here looking extra battle weary recently? I'm in need of aid.
He's has the fish in his hands now, the dried fish, examining, sniffing it. Battle weary, in need of aid. He thinks for a minute. I'm not sure about that. Really?
Well, tell you what, my name is Brahm of Yaltu. And if you see
Brahm.
anyone who looks like they're up for task, I'm beginning to start an excursion out, and I point out up towards the mountains and the wilderness are. We're going to find great artifacts. And we're going to bring something great to this place. And we'll bring a light to this to this to this dark place. All right, friend? Can I
He-
get your name?
He's taking a bite out of the fish, crumbs of it getting in his beard. Yes. My name is Yen.
Yen.
I'm old, as you can see. In my time, I've seen many go up into the jungle, into the mountains. Not many come back.
Am I hearing this right? Does this mean you were among the first arrival? I did not know much survived from First Fleet.
It's true. I'm the only one left.
What job did you have here?
I was a mapper. I still have some maps somewhere. If I can remember where my house is, I'll show you, I think.
I bending down, making eye contact with. Let me get you back home, friend. Do you, perhaps if I light the way, holding out my staff, a light begins to emanate from my hand to the staff as it glows. Come with me, and I offer him a steady hand. We'll get you back home, get you dry.
He grabs your hand, pulls himself up. Ugh. So, that light, you must be a servant of some god.
Servant of Ord. May he bless you, may he bless this whole island. And may he keep the forces of Shun away from here. Come on now. I suspect you can't live too far from here. I know I've seen you wandering here and too over the past month or so. I believe you're just down about 10, 20 paces down past where I live, right down there. And begin walking with him.
He's walking slowly, a bit of a limp. A crack of lightning flashes, illuminating a bit better a few people on the road. 3, 4 villagers maybe. His hovel is slanted, yet somehow sturdy looking, made of stones with a thatched roof on top.
Come on, let's get you in here. I usher him to this doorway. And this is it right here, right? I begin trying to open the hovel door,
He
budging it.
puts his hand against the wood of the door. Ah, yes. Here we are. He fumbles through his bag, pulls out a key, and opens the door.
I help him in. As I walk in, I set my staff against the entryway. I spot the fire, the empty fire pit. Just a small oven, and I place some old eucalyptus wood that's been dried. Take a seat, and I begin getting out my flint. So these maps you were talking about, you still have them? You said potentially.
He's seated. Maps, yes. He points across the room. There are several books scattered across a desk. Leathery, dusty.
Would you? Well, let me offer you something. Ord never does not take without giving something back. Ord believes in balance. I would be honored if I would make sure you were taken care of. If you would offer me a map in service of Ord.
Scratches his chin, thinking it over. He says, I'm not in need of much. What would you offer?
I would make sure someone from the church takes care of you and does make sure that you're not left out in the rain.
Takes care of me. I have everything I need here. He gestures to his hovel. Dirt floor, books, a single chair, the fire.
That's fair. Humble man, and I can appreciate it. Is there anything I can offer you then?
He starts chewing on the dried fish again. Well, I do like these.
Me too. I've become quite partial to salted fish since we've come in here. I will make sure I can deliver some to you weekly and keep you company and learn from you.
Company. I would like that. He eyes a paper sticking out of one of the old books. You see that there? Pull that out. See if there's something useful there.
I blow an air one last time to the fire as it illuminates the small hovel. I walk over to the paper, start examining.
It is indeed a map. Dagger Ridge is marked with a dot along the edge of the coast. The jungle takes up much of the map. Beyond the jungle, the craggy mountains. Several locations are marked off with esoteric sounding names in the jungle and beyond. A river bisects the entire territory.
Sir, I thank you for this. With this opportunity, you'll bring great balance to this land. I will be back. Do you know if does anyone come by to check on you?
Well, as I said before, I am the last of the first, shall we say. It's just me here.
All right, sir. Well, I'm gonna be on my way here, and I'm going to give you this. I walk to the front door, retrieve the staff. I set it near his bed. The staff has aided me greatly among my travels. It has not only lit the way for me, but I think it will offer you the same help too. We gotta we gotta respect and take care of those who've come before us here. We stand on the shoulders of giants such as yourself. Folding up the map. I'm gonna go to the tavern then. That's one of the few places I've been able to find some aid here. And I walk towards the door, exiting.
He says, "Thank you, Brahm of Yaltu." And he waves you off.
Thank you, I say, slamming the door shut.
Within the tavern, I prowl stationary, sitting down at the end of the room, hood up, katana on the table in front of me. Under the shadow of the hood, I scowl, scanning the room for newcomers.
So, open the door to the tavern. The creaking of the tavern, the creaking of the tavern door opens up as I push against it. The warm air offered relief. I pull off my my hood of my cloak and feel as if I'm being watched as I'm looking around.
The tavern is filled with more of the same old. Save for one unfamiliar face. A fellow on the opposite side of the tavern from Abura, dressed in stripes and rugged-looking pants and boots.
Walking slowly, looking around, I nod towards the man in the corner, making eye contact. I walk to the bar. Can I get a pint of any of your lightest cider?
The barkeep gives a slight smile, as is his custom. Pint of cider coming up. Turns around, goes to his begins to make the cider.
I remove I bring my hood down, and I whistle at the man in the striped pants.
He looks up from his own pint and catches your eye contact. Looks at Abura.
I study his features, his face.
Rugged, slim-looking, sharp-edged, a clean mustache, a serious look about his brow or his eye, short red hair.
I nod. And I continue just to sit there, hood still down.
Grabbing my drink from the barkeep, I put a coin down. Lord's blessing, sir. I approached the man I nodded to in the corner earlier, noticing his sword. May I take a seat?
I look at the older man and briefly before turning my head back to the man in the striped pants. What do you want?
I inquire. I have need of aid, a job for someone with a sword such as yourself.
Oh, my friend, you mistake me. This sword is not for slaying. This is a relic from the jungle.
A relic. Ord. I knew there's something was different here. That man over there in the striped pants, he isn't giving you any trouble, is he?
No. He's young. Looks strong enough. I was going to see if he was looking to go and venture into the jungle with me at some point. I make some pretty frequent trips.
The striped man stands up, the bench behind him screeching against the floor. Now visible, a hand and a half sword in its scabbard at his leg.
Quite a blade
Smile at
there,
him.
friend. Well, sir, why don't you come take a seat over here with us? I have a proposition for you two gentlemen.
He walks over to your table and stands for a moment, looking you both over before he sits down.
I glare side-eye at Brahm.
Pulling out my amulet of Ord. Gentlemen, I don't mean to be forthright. I respect your time, and I know your privacy must mean dear to you. But I know there's work that needs to be done on this island, and I know there's needed jobs and coin to feed yourselves, right? We need to stick together on this island, or else the enemies of Shun will come. Do you understand who Shun is?
No.
The man is just listening, no, not speaking at all.
Looking over at Abura and the man making eye contact. Shun has come here to steal all knowledge, hoard it for themselves, to make the lives of exiles even harder. We need to get our footing here. Ord has blessed me to find the artifacts and establish a church here. I'm not expecting you to have faith quite yet, but I know if I can establish a church here and find a proper artifact to serve Ord, It could be greatness here. There's gloomy days like this. We can bring sunlight to this place. We can make a real place for a man to find himself here, to have respect for themselves and dignity.
The man leans back. A church. That's what you called me over here for. You
No.
think that will save us?
Called you over here for a job. I'm pulling out a map. I stick it on the table, slam my dagger into it, spreading it out. It's right here. You can follow this map. I got it from the old man here. It's one of the first fleets, a map maker. I'll split the findings and pay you gentlemen both, if you can help me retrieve an artifact that's believed to be here. A totem.
He scowls. I thought the first fleet was all gone.
I think if you look around hard enough, you'll find that there's still remnants.
And no telling what kind of knowledge they hold. He looks to Abora.
Looking down, shaking my head. Lips pursed.
The man looks the map over, memorizing some of the names on it. Looks up. What did you say your name was again?
Brahm
Looking toward Brahm.
of Yaltu. I'm from the region of Yaltu. My church, they have sent me on their behalf. I'm not asking you to follow. We would gladly appreciate it. But Ord proves himself. He demonstrates. I will offer you coin, but I'm looking for men with ambition. Abora, do you not want to make something of yourself here, or do you just want to subsist, drinking here every night?
I subsist well enough. I have
Yeah.
my own job here.
And what is that?
I normally take young men like this gentleman out onto my own paths within the jungle. But this is very interesting, this map. I have ventured out there quite a many times at this point.
You've gone past this river here then, pointing towards it.
The dangers out there are very daunting.
I can assure you, by the blessings that have been granted to me from Ord, and your skills, ability to navigate, and sir, looking at the man in the striped pants, you look like you know how to handle that sword there too.
Says I do. Wouldn't brandish it with pride if I couldn't. But let me ask you this. You've explained your end game to build a church. But what would you have me do today? And you, sir, what exactly is it that you do, taking men into the jungle?
Yes. At this point, I've made enough of a name for myself here where I have come back alive enough that people have begun to trust me a little bit, especially newcomers like yourself. But this whole map situation's caught me off guard.
Taking the knife out of the map, rolling it up, putting it away.
There's
You
a
gotta take
clank.
risks.
There's a clank on the bar. The barkeep calls out, Sir, I have your cider ready. He holds two. He says, apologies. I had to, I thought I ran out. Had to find some more. Here's an extra one on me.
I
Do
push
you
back my seat.
do you intend to recruit more than just this man and I?
If you're interested, I would start by saying I would rely on your expertise. Forgive me for being so forthright and not seeking out your name first, sir, but I'm eager to make a name for Ord. But if you would think there'd be need for more men, I believe I might just have enough funds to marshal the resources. But I must prove to Ord and the church first, if we need more.
My last, or rather, my largest excursion into the jungle was about 4 people, 5. It's been quite some time now, and among us, only 2 of us came back. Normally, when I bring these foolhardy individuals into the jungle with me, I am the only one that comes back. So consider that before continuing.
Looking solemnly down at the table.
Do not get.
Oh.
I don't want to deceive you. My mastery of this jungle is not one of tracking. It's not one of. It's not one of discovery. It's one of survival.
Let's change that. Surely at least one of the men who came back with you last time, we could recruit them, right?
Maybe. He claimed to be a good tracker, but proved no such ability. He claimed textbook knowledge of the locale, but led us into a ambush of native wildlife.
Looking over at
Or
the gentleman.
rather, let me apologize. He allowed me to lead us into an ambush of wildlife.
The front door opens just as you say that. A man in purple, whom Abura knows as Lionel, walks in, walks
There
up.
he is.
That's the man,
Takes,
huh?
He takes the long way around to the barkeep.
Yes. Suppose he he looks a little scared, huh? This would be a wonderful. Oh, why didn't I see it before? Ord's blessing to us all. Ord would love to restore this balance. We could bring this back together. So, what did you say his name was?
Lionel.
Barkeep, sir, buy that man a drink. On me. Lionel, it is. Come over here. Take a seat with us. And I'm sorry, what's your name again, sir? Looking over at Abura.
I am Abura.
Abura. And you?
Roll. The striped man says. Lionel, who is just about to sit down at the bar, looks over at the table and starts to walk over. Abura. He sits down a bit awkwardly.
Look at this. Abura. Quite the head count we got here already, huh? Sir, Lionel, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Brahm of Yaltu. I have been staged here nearly a month on this. On this rotten island here that I believe has great potential. I'm a servant of Ord. I've come here to establish a church, and to do so, I need some fine, strong young men such as yourselves to help me. I'm going on an expedition. I need to locate a totem of Ord that I can bring back and prove myself to this church. There's coin in it, and there's a chance for you to make something of yourself.
Lionel sighs. Look, I'm not going back out there. I'll be clear with you. I've gone out there with Abora before, and it's not worth it. I have, however, well, he pulls out a notebook. I've been working on something of a field guide, you know, for he seems a bit shy. He says, I've been working on a field guide. It could be helpful to people like you, should you still decide to go in that jungle.
Well, I do appreciate a good scholar. I am more of a blade of ward. But I think you ought to reconsider. Abora, he says there's great potential for you, despite your past mistakes. I may be putting words in your mouth there, Abora, I apologize, but I could see the potential in you. A man of yourselves with a field guide. It means you know these lands, right?
Tapping my thumb on the table. If you do what the priest says, you'll get your bow and quiver back.
Just as Ord would want, a restoration. The signs are there, gentlemen. I don't expect you to believe, but can you not, for a minute here, consider that things have aligned? The fates are coming together. This is a pivotal moment for you, gentlemen. Either find the balance and bring respect and dignity back to yourselves in this city, or leave room for the forces of Shun to take root here and rob everything.
Roll charisma.
13.
Lionel narrows his eyes. He says, I suppose I could be convinced, but this does feel an awful lot like last time. You know, the eye before the storm. We were all fired up in here. Hours before our doom.
This time, we go with the blessing of Ord. And I stab my dagger down once again in the center of the table. Light emanating from it. Glowing around us, illuminating.
He says, a lot of everyone in the bar turns in awe at the source of this light. Lionel looks, you really are a man of God, aren't you?
We witness Ord's glory here today, shouting to the bar. And if any of you are of Shun's followers, know that I, Brahm of Yaltu, am here to bring the glory of Ord to this town. Just picking up my dagger, the light going back down. Gentlemen, if you wish to follow me there will be gold in it for you. There will be glory. I must find this totem. Meet me outside this tavern here tomorrow morning. First sunlight. Be ready.
Rawl, who has been quiet for a while, says, look, I am with you. Whatever your goals may be, he looks from Brahm to Rabora to Lionel. Does not matter to me. I carry the sword for a reason. Lionel looks to Brahm. If you are sure, if you are that confident in Ord, I'll give it another shot.
I always have confidence and belief in Ord. I would not be here if I did not know it was the right path. We're connected. And Dom, thank you for hearing me out on this, and I believe I'll be able to rely on your skills and your veteran experience in those jungles out there, whatever evils they might harbor.
My sword arm has improved since my last excursion, but we will see how far that can bring us.
Aye.
We'll meet you back here, or I will.
And gentlemen, Lionel, I know you're up for it. And you get back your bow too, it sounds like. Just a win for everyone.
At the tree line.
At the tree line.
He nods.
Fair deal all around, gentlemen. I stand up, dropping one more coin off at the at the bar as I leave back to my small hovel.
Lionel is the next to stand up. Well, I suppose we meet here tomorrow then.
Mm-hmm.
Tips his hat, starts to walk out.
I follow behind him, standing up and going out. I turn to the nearby inn that neighbors the tavern, and entering, having a pretty paid off tab, I walk upstairs and into my room. I kneel down at I get on my knees in front of a small desk and open up a journal, goes off to its side, and within it, I write down the names Lionel and Raoul. Above it, there are a list of other crossed off names.
Back at my hovel, at my small desk, I'm writing up my letter. Great tidings. I have found several worthy men to escort me to find and retrieve a totem worthy of Ward's blessings to this land. As I'm writing, I finish up and drop the wax onto a letter as I seal it up. I place my amulet or pendant onto the empty altar and go to sleep on my rolled out pad for the evening.
I retrieve the standing from my kneel. I walk to the nearby closet and take out Lionel's bow. Not a single arrow has been cast from it since it was obtained. And I rest it on the side of the inn bed and get into that hay bed and rest for the night.
The night passes. The sound of rain lulls the town to sleep. The morning comes. The rain has stopped. Still wet outside. The sun barely peers from between two clouds, a ray of light peeking through any windows in the town.
Finishing putting on my boots, looking back at my altar as I place my amulet on, letter fastened in my pocket. I walk out, heading towards the tavern just down the road. I see one of the local ship captains I'm familiar with and give him this letter. Say, morning, Captain. Fancy to catch you here. Must be a Ward's luck, then. Would you please bring this back and have this delivered back to my emissaries in Yaltu?
He takes the letter, gives a slight bow. Says, "Morning, Elder. Will do."
I shall be back in a fortnight at most, and if you have needed any services aboard, please kindly let me know. Walking over to the entrance of the tavern to say my goodbye, looking out for any signs of Raoul, Abura, or Lionel.
Raul and Lionel are already waiting at the tavern door, making small talk.
Well, it's blessing to you, friends.
I awake, quickly getting on my gear, wrapping the Lionel's bow around me, quiver. No intent to fire it. Bowstring stressed and abused across my leather armor. I put my sword at my side and exit with my pack. My journal left on the small table. Enter into the tavern shortly after. Braun.
Falling just behind him. Bura. Morning, sir. I thank you for showing up timely and ready. Exciting day for us.
Passing
Lion-
Braun by, I put my hand on his shoulder, continuing my stride towards the others.
Lionel and Raul have sat down, finishing up their small talk and looking to the both of you. Morning, says Lionel.
Looking them up and down. Gentlemen, you look ready. You have your wits about you, right?
Raul takes a final sip of coffee, slams it down, stands up. Ready. Lionel, a bit less eager, stands up.
Lionel, have you had a cursory glance last night? Do you recognize the area? Do you know what might be in that part?
Pulling out the map again, too. Handing it to Lionel to look at, standing close to him.
He's looking the map over. Yes, this matches some of the maps I've been looking at. Which part did you say you wanted me to explain?
I point to the location of the old man provided me just past the river that crosses through.
Past the river. He says, well, as strange as things are in the jungle, once you pass the river, everything gets weirder, deadlier. It's a land of, well, the creatures aren't right. They're like animals combined with other animals. The further you go in, the more you see it.
A disgusting perversion of Shun, I'm sure.
He nods. Perhaps. I've heard from many sources they are patched together by some evil magic.
This makes
These
me
animals.
sick. To think we've neglected this for this long. Oh. But surely, if we see them, we will dispatch them. Do you have any recorded sightings of them?
He starts flipping through his field guide. This one, a lesser chimera. He shows a sketch. It's like a mountain lion. with,
Fantastical. Abura, are you sure this man tells the truth?
It doesn't matter. Whether or not he's lying to us, there will be something that will kill us, or wants to.
Raul says we need to be prepared for anything. And Lionel says, yes, it's ferocious, and it has like a tail like a serpent. There's greater chimeras. He flips to the next page.
Oh, looking over these.
This one is more supernatural. Has breath like fire.
Brom, shaking just a little bit. That's good. Well, we can close that book. Let's focus on the task at hand then. Ord will guide us. But just past this river, I was told we might be able to find a relic of some sort. I believe a totem worthy to bring back. I don't know what exactly lies there, what sort of structures.
Lionel,
How wide is this river?
not that wide, actually, but it's not the distance that's the problem. It's, as usual, it's the creatures. Fish that tear the flesh from bone. Giant serpents that swim in there. But if you keep your eye out, you should be able to spot the large ones before they get close.
There's plenty of trees. Depending on the height of the trees and the length of the river, we might be able to make it slightly less precarious by using a tree to bridge it for us.
Rawl says, that's a fine idea. Lionel says, once we cross the river, well, the creatures are only one thing. There's people over there. And less is known of the people, but they're not good. They might be worse. Savages painted with skulls on their faces, perverse markings all over their bodies.
Markings, you say? Do you have
Runes,
any,
I guess you could say.
gentlemen? Surely the enemies of Shun will be there. But it sounds like I'm amongst experienced, knowledgeable men such as yourselves. A bridge. It's a fine idea. Surely there's bamboo plenty here we can build something with if needed. And if we don't have that supplies, then I will lead us in faith of Ord. So how long do you think it could take us to travel this way?
Well, just to get to the river, I think less than a day. It is.
Well then.
It will be a full day's march just to get there.
I have some supplies, minor amount of rations. I have rope. I have tools, basic.
Lionel turns to Abura. Now, Abura, were you still here? Actually, can I talk to you for a second?
Yes.
He
This is about your bow. I said at the tree line, but I'll follow you.
It's not the bow. He steps outside of the group. He says, come here. And he starts to whisper. He says, were you still wanting to go? Well, have you given up on that supposed temple? You know, with the hero and all of that.
Brahm would be. I have not, but Brahm would be more interested in it than I would.
Right. Okay. Well,
if we can get to his totem, then that'll be a good starting point.
So for now, we follow Brahm.
I have no intentions of deceiving him.
He raises an eyebrow. Okay. Just was wondering about that. And he steps back into the group.
Gentlemen, would you join us again? I was just explaining to Rawl the travels aboard of many centuries ago, and how the people of Yaltu came to fall upon his good graces. But it's a story for another time, perhaps when we start up a campfire tonight underneath the stars, if we're so lucky. The Lord blesses us, I hope, with better weather. But if there's any last provisions you think we need to pick up, let me know. Dom, would you like to examine this map further?
There wouldn't be anything I could glean out of it, but I will keep an eye on it and hold on to it if you want me to.
I see as I can trust you with this, I feel, because young Lionel here, it sounds like you still have not earned your bow back even yet. So how can I give you your map? I believe Dom will be a better service of this. I hand Dom the map.
Lionel says, "Oh, that's fine. I'm ready to start." Walks towards the door.
Aye. Let's go.
I hesitate staring in place as they move beyond. Kind of keep my eyes tracked on Lionel before continuing.
Rawl follows in suit.
I follow behind Abura.
The tree line, as it always is a distance off, just a short walk outside of the village.
I take the bow off from my chest, and as I'm reaching for the quiver, I stop and look at Lionel. I take out one arrow and I give it to him.
He takes it. He looks up. A single arrow. This is what you trust me with.
Use them as you need them.
Them.
The arrows.
Okay. He looks into the tree line. The ground looks wet, covered in the undergrowth. Earl says, travel will be exhausting from here on out.
Jungle's thick. My sword is sharp. I can clear the way and stay vigilant.
All right, let's not waste time. And Rawl begins to trek into the jungle, crunching small branches and roots beneath his feet.
Following just behind Abura, at the back of the pack. Abura, this is a great lesson you impart upon young Lionel. Surely you've had training. This reminds me much of my own.
Fun coincidence.
Oh, do you mind if I write back about these stories to the temple at Yaltu? Seers there would greatly appreciate this lesson.
No bard has claimed me. You may.
Arrow. Wonderful.
Each step is a crunch and a slosh of mud and slurry. No sounds beyond the bird sounds of the jungle. Nothing in sight.
Continue cutting ahead, keeping the sun in mind.
The growth becomes thicker. Rawl is taking out his sword and is cutting through alongside Abura. Less light is peering in through the canopy at this point. Deeper and deeper yet. Lionel says, "Might I have a look at the map again?"
Of course. I'll hand it to him.
He's holding it, studying. Okay. We'll need to make a turn to the... I'm sorry, guys. Give me one moment. Sorry about that. All right. Sorry, guys. Had to help my grandma with something. Okay. She's more important than y'all, so.
Absolutely.
What were we saying? We were looking at the map. Okay. Lionel, studying the map. Okay. We've been traveling for a few hours now. Looks like we'll need to make a turn eastward. Yes. Now that we're a bit past some of the mountains to the east, it should be easier to travel in that direction. He's looking out into the jungle. Yes. Okay, so it'll be this way.
Sir,
Good.
before we continue on, folding my arms into my cloak, looking round into the darkening shadows. Is there anything in these parts we need to be vigilant of?
He's walking as he's talking, handing the map back to Abura.
Taking it.
There are those scorpion-tailed monkeys, of course, if Abura hasn't told you about those already.
Oh.
Lots of little creatures, mixed up body parts, mixed up animals. I've heard someone said they saw a cat made of stone. It just sounds odd to me, but I never throw away any rumor I hear.
Pushing away spider web as my way as we continue walking. Foul abominations here. Thank you then. I shall prove myself with my sword against them if we happen to come upon any. But I would like to avoid any killings of any creatures if we can avoid it right now, simply to avoid drawing the ire of the forest.
Mm-hmm. Now that Lionel has so graciously kept us on track, and if we're talking and discussing our previous trip, his and I, is in mine. Then, for the sake of passing time, add potentially to the interest of you and your clergy, Brawl, the original expedition of ours was to the mountainous temple, a mountainous temple. I believe it was further north. Um, in fact, Lionel asked me about it when we were leaving this morning. Would and I spoke of you on your own behalf there. My assumption was that you might be a bit more interested in it than I. This temple.
Perhaps I am intrigued. A temple would be of a great interest to our church, and I know the scholars back at the church. They froth at the mouth at such mentions of temples in a unknown jungle. I would be interested. Perhaps what was in this temple? Is it occupied or?
More than likely, if I remember correctly, there was something about bizarre snake-like natives or something to that effect. Nothing good, but rich all the same.
And perhaps these natives may be open to the word of Ord. If Shun has gotten to them first, or perhaps one of the Forgotten. There's always chance for redemption under Ord. Balance can always be restored.
Rawl stops slinging his sword at the brush in front of him. Stops. So, are we changing direction?
No, we are not.
Oh.
Through
No.
Lionel's gracious expertise in the land, we are on track. And if this proves successful, we might go to the other temple.
Perhaps. Young Rawl, I appreciate the inquiry, and it shows that you are sharp of mind to ask so much questions. But I will let you gentlemen know, I did write back to the mainland church and y'all too, letting them know we are going on such an expedition of this sort, and perhaps if everything pans out well, and we can come back with a proper totem to appease Ord in the church, we can get more funds, and I may have need of your services. Ord guarantees nothing, but perhaps there's a chance. Thank you for sharing this with me, Bora.
You're welcome.
And thank you for sharing the young lessons you have been teaching to little Lionel here. Surely you see the potential he may have, and Ord appreciates the chance for balance and redemption.
Lionel interrupts. Wait, what is that? Do you hear something? And he looks off to the west.
Turn to the west.
Hand onto my hilt.
You can both roll wisdom. Okay.
30.
Okay. There is some rustling from one tree, rustles, and then another tree. Something in the canopy Brahm is able to hear.
Gentlemen, look sharp at the canopy. Hand on my hilt of my sword. I go into stance. Up in the canopy, over there. Young Lionel, now may be time to draw that bow.
Lionel grabs the arrows.
Sword in both hands.
It's too dark, gentlemen. Ord, reveal this enemy of Shun as I pull out my sword. Lighting hands, or light emanating through the runes on my hand into the hilt of my sword and up to the blade. Oops. Light emanating through.
This thing is a bit in the distance, but it is illuminated by the light partially. A, s- a scorpion's tail hangs down, the rest of whatever it is covered by leafage.
I glare at Lionel.
Show no fear to it.
Lionel
walk.
says, right. He looks to Abora. Looks like more of the same from last time. We should just steer clear.
I nod. Swords in hand. Get ready for an attack. Step through the foliage on our path as much as we can.
Right.
Disturb it as little as we have to.
Rawl and Lionel start walking on through the foliage.
Falling through the light emanating from my sword as I walk, backing away slowly, falling behind.
After a few minutes, there's no more signs of it. Lionel says, in a hushed voice, I haven't seen anything else. They could be stalking us, but as far as I know, we're in the clear.
Are the carnivores?
They actually are not under most conditions. They're more so just territorial. That is why I think our best course of action is to avoid them. He goes on. He says, all right, continuing this course, we should reach the river by the time the sun goes down.
Good.
Trudges on.
Sword back in its hilt, light glowing down. Continuing to step through the jungle footing behind Abora, following their path.
Hours pass. Parts of the jungle in darkness, parts in light, depending on the thickness. It's closer to evening now. Lionel says, we must be close. Wiping some sweat from his brow. Rawl says, we haven't run into anything all this time. How fortuitous.
We avoided the confrontation that we might have had. When we get there, we have to be mindful of the trees. We can't claim something that the monkeys already have. And if they are those same trees that we intend to use for a boat, we've got more walking along the river to find unoccupied trees. So we're not done yet.
The wisdom of Abora shines brightly again. And perhaps we may need to set up camp before.
Rawl is still walking along, chopping at brush in front of him. Oh, look at this. He points to a tree frog, small, yet has some sort of bat-like wings attached to his forelimbs. I've never seen such a creature.
It's very nice to look at. Now keep moving.
He goes along.
Perhaps a fairy of some sort. You laugh, Abora, but they are real. The fairies and the trolls.
I have no reason to doubt it.
Lionel's interest has piqued. Trolls, fairies.
Trolls, yes. The land of Yaltu, they roam there, begrudgingly, but they look like, pointing over to a dimly lit outline of a mossy boulder, large. They look like something like that would be a troll traditionally. And we would say they're sleeping when you see them like that. You can almost see one in those shapes. Sometimes they're just a boulder, sometimes they're a troll waiting to eat you or offer some foul trade. Can't trust them. Fairies, they're never far from a troll.
He laughs. That's brilliant. And he takes out another book from his satchel and is writing down notes. Raul says, "Everyone stop." And holds up a finger to his lips, his eyes looking left and right. Roll wisdom again.
16.
16.
16.
15. Okay, Brahm and Deborah. In the distance, right towards the path where you're going, towards the direction where you're going, a rustling.
Nudging Abora.
I gauge it, looking at the brush that it's shaking.
The brush stops shaking. Nothing visible. About just a few yards ahead, maybe 10 yards.
My eyes drift at the height of the brush that's being disturbed.
It's on ground level, whatever it is.
They wish to face us. The aura around Brahm, visible. Ord, guard me. Protect me and these young men as I step in front, hand on my hilt, ready to draw a sword.
We should back up. Have Lionel shoot at it. Scare it away. Or kill it.
I stand with confidence here. A boar that is wise. Lionel, step back, holding my ground.
A voice calls out, "Wait! Do not let loose your arrows."
Step out. Step out in the name of Ord.
Oh, all right, all right. More rustling. And then in front of the group appears a man. His skin darker than those at the colony, at the village. He wears no shirt, his pants ragged and torn. He's barefoot. Around his wrists, shackles chained together. Please,
Sir.
as you can see, I mean no harm to you.
I listen for an accent.
It's certainly foreign to your area.
You're not native, are you?
No, I'm not from here. I've traveled a long distance to come this way.
Those shackles. What? Who jailed you?
He says, I was not so much jailed. I was a slave. I escaped with my life.
Who was
I
your
was-
master?
I've had so many masters. He says, my latest one was a Yaltu man.
Yalta.
He looks toward Brahm. Yes. He eyes you for a moment.
I am Brahm of Yaltu. Name this man.
His name was, he thinks for a moment, Roderick.
Roderick of Yaltu.
Is he encamped on this island?
No, he's long gone. I escaped from his ship. Many slaves did not. I believe I am the only one. Now, he takes a step closer and holds up his shackles.
Sword out. Wait! Not so fast. It could be trickery of Shun. I sizing him up. A slave from the region of Yaltu.
He says, I have heard of Shun from your people. I assure you I am no such practitioner of Shun's magic. Look, I'm harmless. He is rather malnourished in his appearance.
Oh, great test of Ord. What to do?
Why were you enslaved?
All my people were enslaved. It's just... That's a great question.
He must have owed some debt. The people of Yaltu do not take the slaves without a debt that has to be paid. It would be wrong to release you if you have not paid your debt back.
Well, this one did. My village was raided by this man, Roderick. Took us by the sword. He had a man with him. Let loose flames from his hands.
The direction from whence you come. If we let you go, you tell us how far you are fleeing from. There must be others. They must be after you.
I believe they've cut their losses, taken what they could. You see, there was a storm, and the ship was wrecked. I believe they're less concerned with me now.
All right.
Look, I'm willing to help, whatever it is. If you could just please cut these chains. I know these lands.
I think this is a great test of Ord right now. And by the power of Ord, I will allow you to forgive your debt and name you free from your servitude, if you agree to help us then. Gentlemen.
Thank you. Anything you say.
But the terms have changed, and I'm looking back at the rest of the gentlemen. I do not wish to make this choice alone here unless you gentlemen are on board. It would not be fair against Ord's doctrine to change a deal without the consent.
Raul has his sword out, and he says, I don't know if we should trust him, but if all of you agree, I'll go along with it.
Oh,
I don't fear whoever his slaver might have been. In fact, my employers back in Dagger Ridge may have use for him if we get back alive.
great then. Roderick the Unshackled it is. Lionel, you know what to do.
He holds his hands up. Lionel, he looks to Raul. Raul steps forward, slams the sword over the shackles, breaks them with a single blow.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a new forward or a point man, huh?
Indeed. The Unshackled. I like that as a title.
Roderick.
Well, Roderick was my
Slaver.
Oh, I apologize.
It's okay. My name is Obi.
Obi.
Well, Obi, you're familiar with these jungles, then do you find find the most use by staying alongside Lionel? He's also vaguely familiar with the wildlife here, so you together are probably the best pair.
He steps along, walks to Lionel. He's nice to meet you. Be blessed.
I
Be blessed, all of you.
blessed by who, Moby?
Well, I would say by my God, he is neither Ord nor Shun, but if you would rather it be Ord, then that's fine by me.
Your blessings are enough now. Rummaging through my cloak. Take these. Hand him one of my few rations I have. Toss it to him.
Oh, many blessings. He begins digging in, walks along. So, where are we off to?
Around the area that you came, I think we're looking for a totem, and it's just beyond a river. Potentially, you might have seen it on your way to us.
Ah, the Great Serpent. Or, that is the river.
Mhm.
Some of the locals call it the Great Serpent. We're actually pretty close. He looks up through the canopy, the sky, a bit of purple, a bit of blood red as the sun is setting. Probably just an hour on foot from here.
And no doubt just as lethal as a serpent.
Indeed.
So if you've seen it, to lead the way, as Brahm said, as point man.
Will do. And he walks ahead of the party.
Most fortuitous night. I begin taking my stride just ahead. Falling.
Lionel follows alongside Obi. Rawl behind Brahm.
No doubt he's used to labor, so if it does come down to cutting trees, then I'm happy that we found him.
The evening goes on. Obi and Lionel making small talk, comparing Lionel's notes with Obi's knowledge.
Falling behind, stroking through my beard, listening, blending into their conversation as I pick out parts of Obi's past.
They are mostly stories of Obi barely escaping attacks from creatures. Fish in the river, a great snake larger than the trees. He said it spoke to him once. And he tells of stories of painted men and devils, and these men would summon them. They would graft creatures together with their perverse magic.
Foul tidings of Shun. Deep within these lands. Abura, where you're from, have you heard of such abominations? Even in all my time in Yaltu, stories of trolls, nothing compares to this.
Similar. In my land, it is certain places were deeply spiritual. The priests of my land were effectively rangers of these lands. While they were very monastic, they ensured that the spirits kept their territory and the men kept theirs. But that didn't stop cross-contamination. I'd say that men summoning demons and spirits isn't all that bad. As horrifying as it may sound, it's probably better to know the devil that you are coming across than it sneaking up on you.
Once again, that is wise, Abura, and as I often forget, even Ord himself would guide some scholars to seek out even those who we deem to be evil. Sometimes they know things that we must hold and keep secret. I will consider this.
Their machinations are inhuman, and that's both horrible and potentially a blessing, depending.
Obi turns back as he's still walking forward. I see I'm traveling with wise men.
Oh, some would say I'm the biggest fool you'd ever meet, but thank you for that, Obi.
He grins. And who would make a fool out of you?
Well, myself for being here, I would say, but I would not mock Ord, though, for I do move in his service. But like everybody, I sometimes veer off the path, as much as I seek to not go astray.
He grins, a bright grin. I respect a man who follows his God. Almost everything you say is, relates to him.
It is with a constant reminder of Ord's service that I know to maintain my balance, but I'm not like those of the scholars back home. They steep themselves in their books. I must live through Ord's values. Only that way can I truly know.
Indeed. Keep your mind open, Brahm of Yaltu. There may be many spirits and many gods here which you do not know. And he turns back around, keeps walking.
Looking off into the evening as it darkens, eyes slowly adjusting faint outlines of trees and nearly tripping over vines at my feet, catching myself as I begin to steady the pace with the others.
The Raul, Lionel, and Obi continue on in silence. Obi with somewhat of a limp.
Keep an eye on ahead, trying to pierce the tree line, becoming impatient.
Before long, the river is in sight. The scent of the water wafts through the air. You're muted.
Shall I? I believe we may need light to shed across this. Men of faith to us. I would wager men of faith such as ourselves, we wade through this river tonight. I believe it would be a great testament to our will. Gentlemen.
Obi and Lionel turn at the same time. Interrupting each other. Obi says, I would not cross during the night.
The hesitation.
Yes, Lionel says, perhaps we might camp here and cross in the morning.
Abura, what do you say of this? Is this cowardice or simply wisdom?
I know nothing of wisdom, but our plan thus far has been to make the bridge, however ramshackle it may be.
Lionel's, right. I forgot about the bridge. I've been traveling so long. So long as we stay out of the water, it should be okay. We've only got a little bit of daylight left, though.
But
it's almost dark.
But the priest, I don't know how cautious animals are around his god's light. He may be able to ward them off, even the sea creatures, most nocturnal of all in some cases. Um, Perhaps my only caution with the bridge is that uh, I have my sword, and I don't intend to break it upon a tree's bark.
Oh, Abora, your courage inspires me. But
Lionel
why
says,
waste our time building a bridge? This could take all day. We might waste ourselves upon it, and even then we may still be attacked by serpents. I cannot see standing near the edge of the river. I cannot see exactly how far it is, but I believe we could make it. We have the rope amongst us. We could tie off. We could hoist each other across, and if one begins to go down, we can even pull each other back up. A great tale this would be. A great testament this would be.
What if you do? Any of you have potentially other weapons or items that we can use to cut down trees?
Lionel pulls out an axe from his pack. I've got mine. We can easily cut down some things. Might take quite a long time, but I have it. Rawl pipes up. I'm with Brahm. Let us not waste away all night.
Stepping towards Rawl, slapping on the back. Oh, a fine! You might make a fine seeker of Ord. Commend you. Gentlemen, what say you? I will lead the way.
Says I mainly seek gold, but that Ord will do fine. He looks to the rest of the party. Obi shrugs. Lionel has his axe in hand.
I'll be at your back, bro. Lionel, you'll be in the middle with your bow.
Ah, he puts the axe away, pulls his bow out, gets ready.
Keep an eye on the trees ahead of us.
Obi, I would like you to stand behind me then. With the Aurora at our backs, I know you will have a fine blade, wisdom, and a man of courage to guard you. I can offer you this, and I unsheath my dagger. Pulling out my sword again, too. And the light of Ord! Wait. Oh, hang on.
And that then leaves you, Obi, at the back.
My sword unsheathing, and the light of Ord! And cracking, and the pop, flash, dims down. Gentlemen, I apologize. I've been brass, and I've offended Ord with my brash decision here. I apologize.
Obi slaps Brahm on the back and laughs. It happens to the best of us, old man. And he gets to the back of the line.
Maybe this is one more sign I offer repentance to him, but I do not have the light of Ord. I have simply my courage to stand on. My faith.
Does that change your plan then?
No. I will show Ord that even in the darkest of times, I will push through. Does this change your guys' decision? Or do you stand with Brahm of Yaltu, servant of Ord?
Lionel says, I don't know if we can do this without your light. Rawl sighs. We must get going.
Yes.
Everyone, gird up your loins like men. Let's go.
Pulling out my sword. Oh, Lionel the Brave and Obi, join me as I march towards the edge of the river,
The rest follow close behind.
stabbing into the river with my sword to gauge the depth.
It's shallow.
Give me all of your rope. All of you.
Everyone
Pull out.
pulls out their rope.
Pull it out.
The river is dark in the low light setting.
I begin to wrap everybody up around the waist. Obi at the back, and Brahm at the front, using much of the excess rope to kind of to cross it over their chests as the anchors.
Fitting in, tying it round.
Everyone's now tied into the rope.
I do a test tug too to see if I can feel it. Yep. Sound. Wise idea, Bora.
Obi says, Brahm, you lead. You will have to swim a bit at the center.
Okay. I believe. One more prayer. I clasp my hands together. Ord, you do not grant me light. Grant me your armor. A faint shimmer begins to form around me as I wade into the water. I feel the connection as I begin walking.
I take off my pack and give it to Obi. Hold this above your head. I don't want it getting wet.
He grabs it and holds it. The faint sound of birds in the jungle around stops. The water is cold.
Holding out my sword and slowly probing as I walk ahead, trying carefully as I slip against some of the current to begin pushing through. For Ord, for the companions that follow with me.
The rest of the party follows close behind. Obi struggling with the pack above him, spitting water out.
The items in the pack shift, and the outline of manacles can be felt.
The water rising up to my belly, beginning to feel the weight of the water on my cloak. I begin stripping off the outermost cloak, releasing it to the water. Begins to deepen, friends. Hold strong. Chest out. Wading through as I look ahead in the faint shadows, assessing the distance from the other side.
It's just a few more yards. The ground drops off suddenly, forcing everyone to swim.
My barely hanging onto my sword as I start kicking backwards. Gentlemen, start coughing as I flail through the water, attempting to keep moving.
Something brushes against Abora's foot. Something soft.
I adjust as we begin to launch into needing to swim, quickly adjusting the cinch around my waist to accommodate my back to keep my katana above water as I join the swim.
The,
Sta-
the the river becomes shallow again.
Stabilizing as I feel the weight of the earth beneath me grounding me. I start holding tight into the rope, other hand on my sword, backhand, stabilizing, trying to pull the others behind me. Gentlemen, you're there. Chest out, stay strong.
They're swimming along. The edge of the bank comes to Braun.
Oh, Ord approves, gentlemen. looking back towards Lionel, just behind me, trying to hand out, trying to assist him back to shore.
He grabs your hand, pulls himself up.
Quickly, start pulling the others.
The line becomes taut as Obi falls under the water line.
Master Obi!
I haul up onto the shore with the two of them, helping roll up.
Abura strength check. DC 12. Obi pops back up out of the water. Pull!
Put your back into it, gentlemen. My stepping back as far as I can, ankles digging into the ground. Don't give up.
Cold, I hold on to the rope and do muster the strength to hold on, glaring down at Obi and my pack.
Obi walks onto the shore, panting. The pack wet now. Something grabbed me. He looks back toward the river.
But you escaped. Again.
Truly, you Obi the unshackled, the free. Yes.
Obi sets the pack down, sits down in the sand, or the dirt rather, and starts belly laughing. Indeed.
Taking off my rope, sitting down on the shore by the sand with them, sitting my sword into the ground. Gentlemen, the bravest, finest, most wise, strongest lads I've most ever met. Have you ever seen so much courage in one spot?
Rolls his eyes. Yeah, sure.
A challenge, whatever you might have felt down there to come up and try to fight such a group like us, huh?
Lionel finally cracks a bit of a smile. Perhaps you're right.
Abora, I think he's earned another arrow, maybe, perhaps, yes?
It's a different test. He'll get arrows as he fires them.
Oh, he writes the rules there. Sorry, I tried, Lionel.
I kneel down to the pack. Obi sit down on the ground and begin to adjust things in there. But the faint sound of metal shifting is heard.
Well, I gotta let you know, gentlemen. There's been one great disaster with that, though. I lost the map. It fell off down the river in my jacket of my robe.
Obi has his eyes on Abora's pack.
Do you have it?
Obi says, it is no matter. I have it all up here.
Oh,
On the note of arrows, I've also lost a few arrows in trying to keep my weapon dry. But still plenty.
Well, wonderful. We still have our wits. At least I have a few left. We do have supplies enough. Obi,
Yes.
we gotta try to get you some food, some more food soon. But I have some water left. I think we can make it then.
Thank you, thank you. The last of the sunlight disappears. The no sounds of wildlife. Trees are still. The river completely still. The air cold, oppressive. Raul says, "Aren't you guys freezing? Let's start a fire already."
Get that axe out. Let's see what we can find that's dry.
I pull my flint and tinder out of its wrapping. Begin kind of rubbing it, getting it dry enough. Sure, if we find some wood here, I believe we can salvage a fire and call it a night. We've earned it.
Indeed, says Obi. Some of the party members start taking off their outerwear and squeezing it out.
I do the same.
The Lionel begins hacking at some branches off of a tree to gather wood.
I'm testing my my flint. See if I can crack a spark from it. Still. Yep.
In the morning, Lionel, let's say we try to get up a bit early and put these arrows to use. Not burn through all the rations. See what wildlife we can find that's edible.
Indeed, good idea. It brings back the branches, sets them down in the midst of the party. And the fire, Brom.
Start working on starting a fire. I got some spark here. Being hitting it against it.
Soon enough, a small glow begins to burn on the firewood, which is very dry, lights immediately.
Come, Obi, take a seat.
Warms the sopping party. Obi and the rest of the party sits down around. Do you guys want to call it here?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good stopping point.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely, yeah.
Okay. I enjoyed that, guys. I liked it better than the first one.
I had a lot of fun, I'll say. Thank you so much for that. It was such a good time. Yeah.
It's the characters that make it. You guys were awesome.
It was I gotta say, I do apologize for the rough start there with like
No.
I was like, oh shit, I probably should have like figured out, because I was like, how am I gonna start cussing too? I was like, I gotta integrate everyone too. Like I didn't want to like spend all that time, you know.
No, at the very beginning, I quickly was like, no, this is kind of like character introduction stuff, so this is cool. we're hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I think that was completely fine. I don't know. I feel like I cheated by putting in the private message, Don, butt in whenever you want to. I guess that's fine actually, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, some in other games they just say like they'll just say your name, so it's either or really.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
yeah. I really liked it. I kind of felt like maybe there will be some kind of combat at the end, but I was looking at the time, like it's getting closer to 2 hours. I think a more natural stopping point is just the river.
Yeah, I like that kind of leading. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about in terms of like watching and stuff like that, but in terms of playing in that, I just thought that was fun. I really loved the like getting to that point of like getting everyone to cross and like playing a priest where you're trying to like stay true to this like to these signs, you know, and follow that wholeheartedly is like fun. But
Yeah,
I also loved like Abura or Dom. I really liked your character. I just liked the like kind of stoic or just like sense of like I don't know, it's like a really grounded character too. But it's fun to like play with that.
Yeah, it was a good time. I really enjoyed playing with the. I really enjoyed the talk that we had about when you brought up the trolls and like the folklore. So we got a bit of that. That was a pretty good time
Yeah.
with comparing the different like demon summoning and stuff like that. That whole topic was really cool.
Yeah. I like that kind of idea of like being able to kind of explore like similarities between like monsters we start encountering here versus like what we all think they're like from our homelands or whatever, you know, and kind of be fun. I think fun area for like co-creation too, you know.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Maybe
I would have
you'll
really,
s-
I definitely
maybe-
would have liked to co-create. I really wanted to get to the point of trying to explore co-creation more, you know, and like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, that'll come more.
Yeah, the big thing that I was really alluding to, and this is kind of like a no-no for GMs to do, but I don't know how players. This would kind of be it would be really weird if it got to this point where I introduced this in the middle of the game. But the idea that I decided like in the moment was that it's not. He's been Bura in the meantime has been just kind of like for you especially David for the future. The idea was that he has been uh, labor. You know, he's been helping out with labor, but specifically like around the eastern kind of coast of the island. There's like a slave encampment.
Okay.
yeah. So that's why I was so interested in Obi being like. So I was looking for like a way to maybe integrate that. And he's like, oh, I'm not, no, my sleeper's not here. Okay, good. So the idea of Abura has been bringing people into the jungle, and it's like, oh, they've been dying. No, he's been just bringing them over to the slave encampment.
no, that's awesome.
So
That's funny, dude. The giving your pack to Obi and saying like he can feel the manacles through the bag.
Yeah.
That was genius, dude.
Yeah,
that
that was
was
really
the-
cool.
So he's just like, he's just
Yeah,
eyeing you
exactly.
Like,
What the-
like, wait a minute.
what are those
Wait
so
a minute.
funny. That's so
So-
cool.
Maybe that's something I could have like kept a secret, quote unquote, but I'd rather like you especially like, David know about it so that it's not like you just introduce an entire slave encampment. What are you doing? This is too much.
I think it would also be so
I'd be
fitting though
fine
to
if
the
you did,
setting.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that. It's funny too, because thinking about back to like you're like I bring young men out to the to explore. Like,
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you old man, I don't want.
Yeah.
I'm not talking
That's
to
so
you."
funny. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Just like hoping he doesn't recognize you or anything, but
The way you phrased it at first, like I like to bring young men out
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the jungle.
yeah.
And
My hole was already dug. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not."
we were like, you do what now? Oh man, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with Obi and Abura. You know, given all that, you guys role played your characters like, what was I gonna say? Like you guys sincerely role played a priest, you know, and a warrior. Like
it was so fun because I honestly like I've always wanted to role play like a priest like that too, like because I haven't got to play like as a player in 4D and these kind of like settings and that before, and it's bummer because I've always wanted to like play that, you know, like I think a priest should just be like, you know, but to me at least like fanatically devoted is what like I mean there's obviously room for like, you know, like conflict or whatever with their faith, but I love the idea of just being like, dude, I'm invested in this, like this is like what I am, you know, and like especially because imagine if you were granted by like the you know powers of a god to be able to like even light up a room or like, you know, heal someone. Like I feel like you would be so invested in that power, you know, especially if it's like taken away and stuff, you know.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's your life.
Yeah.
I love seeing how both of you have done this already, like where you see something and you're like, this is the evil of Shun, or this is what I keep forgetting Abura's like a belief. It was like a monkey.
I'm pretty sure in the other session it was just Wukong. Like
Wukong.
Wukong was, you know, like the little minions of Wukong were causing a ruckus.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the belief in trolls of Brahm, like I can't wait to see like you guys come up on something like that's a troll.
Yeah.
Obi's
Oh,
like
yeah,
no,
100%.
that's a demon. And then Lionel's like, no, it's our friend. No, I don't.
Yeah. No, that is like I'm hoping to be able to like I'd love to be able to explore the like just again that conflict with it, be like this is like my taxonomy of it versus yours. Like seeing the frog thing is like, no, it's a fairy, dude. Like quit laughing, man. It's true.
That is one of the really cool things about playing a game where everybody's from a different place.
Yeah.
You would hope.
Yeah.
You'd hope that those conversations happen like they did today.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was cool to that was really fun. I love them. I'm glad it kind of built up to. I really like the way that we ended. Our way it, like built up was really cool. I'm happy either way if we all drowned or got taken away in the river or not. But I love the like that conflict, of like. I especially was really happy that the light like went out on me too, or like because I couldn't cast the light. I was like, well, because I have advantage on that or whatever, and I was like, I'll just play the mechanic for it. I was like, I my first instinct was to just go with it failing, and then for whatever dumb reason, my mechanical brain was like, you got to do the advantage, dude. And I was like, that's so dumb. So I was so glad it failed because it was like, it's so much more true to the moment, I guess too. But,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The dice gave you a gift,
right?
A gift of failure. Lead into it. Like...
Lord's blessing, dude. I also like the idea of with Obi. I was thinking
I like. Sorry, I was going to say real quick, I like that your light failed like right as you get to the river.
Yeah, trying to convince everyone, and then it just sparking out. So cool.
I was hoping there'd be like a feeling of one on each side of the river. The feeling is different. Like,
oh, that's cool.
You're like, oh shoot,
I felt
even
like I
the
took
air
note
is
of it.
different here. Something
as my
like
character, I definitely took note of it as the fire lit easier, but just didn't really get to play into that. But I felt like I definitely noticed it. I have to say, too, David, I really like the way that you play. Like, you did such a good job at the NPCs too. They all felt so like unique and like they felt so real too. It was awesome.
Yep.
Oh, good. Yeah. I was going to ask what you guys thought about the NPCs.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
They're all standing out on their own. They're not like who's.
It was funny. I definitely, just being like coming off having the flu, I definitely messed up a couple of things there too. Like the names was funny at one time. Also, you have the map technically, Abora, but I'm going with like, I either forgot, didn't know that because I remember I gave you the map. Cool. I thought that was kind of fun.
You gave me the map. I didn't know how you wanted to do that. I'm assuming it's just gone. So like it's just gone. Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Just going with that route because but yeah, other than that, I thought those characters were they're really fun to interact with. But
and I liked Lionel being a little shippy himself. That was fun. Where he was like, "Are we gonna?" It kind of felt like he was trying to allude to manipulating Braum into going to the other temple. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What just happened? Why are you?
It was also, I was like, man, this would be awesome if you guys were just like, let's go fucking kill this fucking knight, like this dumb naive priest or whatever. Just like, it'd be so funny if I was getting like lured out there because my guy has an intelligence, I think of like 4 or something too. So the idea of just like standing there, just like doughy eyed and just seeing you guys like step out of the circle and just be like, well, and just start talking to the next guy while he just plot. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be cool. Betrayal in the camp.
It'd be so awesome. Just like, yeah, dude, go in the river.
Yep. Aburo said he likes to take people out into the jungle.
But we're not doing that. We're doing the right thing.
Yeah. It's
okay.
Cool. Yeah.
We're being honorable.
Yeah.
We're taking from the natives. That's how it works.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see, what other NPCs? There's the barkeep, and then there was Yen, the old man at the beginning.
Yeah.
You guys have any thoughts on those guys?
I liked Yen. I was half expecting him to and who knows? I was like, it could go this way, but I was like, it'd be so funny if I'm just like, this old man just gives me the most bunk map or something.
It's like drawn with crayon.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, just being like, just thinking, yeah, I could trust this guy. He's, you gotta trust your elders. Is the way I was thinking, like my character was thinking of it, And obviously, if you made it this far, I was like, if he's not lying, but.
Mm.
I loved how you did co-create. Actually, I loved how you said, "Oh, you must be from the first fleet."
Mhm.
It's like, oh, that's so cool. He's the last of the first fleet.
Yeah, that is cool. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I was kind of thinking maybe there would be some kind of combat at the end, but I think it was given the time, it was better without that.
That was cool.
But what
Yeah.
you guys have any thoughts on that? Like
No,
you weren't thinking like, oh, I just want to get to action.
no, there's
No?
plenty of action.
No.
There's
Yeah.
plenty of, oh, I might just swap, get pulled into the river and die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that to me is like, it's like I think of it like I
that's
like
true.
event. I want an event to occur,
Yeah.
right? And that to me is like leading up to an event. I also like
Yeah, it doesn't
do-
always have to.
be
Be
crazy
fighting.
action.
You don't have to roll
Yeah.
an attack roll.
Now, if I really like, I do like, I do really like doing combat and stuff. I think if I really wanted that, like, I was really open to whatever occurred here. If I really want that experience, I'd probably want to aim more towards like kind of starting off with like almost like a mission based type thing or something. If I really want to ensure that. If I'm open. I just like an event to occur, And I enjoy I actually really enjoyed the sort of slow kind of cook and kind of building up some characters and stuff. It was fun.
It'd be a good time.
Yeah.
Lots of good character interaction. There was a couple times, oh, what was it? Where I wasn't sure who you guys were talking about. Like when Brahm was talking to the guy in the corner of the tavern, I was like, is he talking about
Yeah.
Raul or is he talking about Abura?
Gotcha. Yeah, I was
And then-
talking. Yeah.
And then you guys kind of
Yeah.
explained it yourselves, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Initially, it was a little vague, but then he clarified. I was like, okay, we're going, we're cooking.
Yeah.
And the very beginning, when you said you were talking to this man in front of the tavern, I'm like, is this an NPC I need to make up right now? Or is he saying that's where Abura is?
I see. That's interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I messed. Like initially, I was like the guy gave the letter to like send back or whatever, or I can't remember like which one I mixed up there. But I also messed up too, or I wasn't sure like when we were meeting the next day. I think I was talking about meeting outside the tavern, but I think we were actually like inside or something.
You said outside, and then
yeah.
Dom went inside. And I was
Right.
like, okay, everybody go inside.
And that's why I just followed that. I was like, oh shit. Okay, so I just ushered right behind Abura because I figured he was like getting to business.
I think if I remember correctly, that was like it was he because I cut in after he opened the door because I wasn't outside, so he opened the door to the tavern, and I quickly described what I did in the morning, and then went in behind him.
Gotcha.
Something to that effect.
Yeah. I mean, it's all minor. It's like minor.
I realized I kind of did something that doesn't make sense because they were outside and then they went inside. And then later I'm like, Raul slams down his coffee. I'm like, where did that come from? He ordered real quick. Yeah. But some of those things you're talking about, Jacob, where like the guy in front of the tavern that ended up being Yen, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be an NPC or if it was a bird. I don't think that's a mistake on your part. I think that's me, because what I shouldn't assume you're talking about Abura. So
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, generally speaking, it's kind of that weird middle ground of in this moment, me describing my actions in first person are still kind of the player describing them. Like technically, the character hasn't been introduced, sure, but I still know who this character is, so I can describe that I'm going to say it, on a meta level. And maybe that's a little unimmersive, but that's for the sake of clarity in the moment. I think it's pretty.
Yeah. 100%. That makes sense.
it's fine. What else? Yeah, there's a lot of times where it's like, okay, we keep walking, you know. I was like, I want to fast forward when you guys say it's okay to fast forward, but then like more encounters kept happening, like Obi and the monkey and things. And I hoped I wasn't like you guys are just. I hope you guys weren't thinking like, oh, we just want to get to the river. Like, shut up already.
No,
No,
no.
yeah, no. I was
Um,
like 100. I appreciate you even asking that, but it felt really natural. It was really cool. I also really loved the monkey event too, because again, I as a character, my character doesn't know anything about that, and it was like really cool having like Abura and Lionel and stuff sort of like assess that, especially like given the previous
Mhm.
incident. You know, just it was cool. I love that.
Yeah, it adds texture. Unless you're like somehow like literally repeating your words, like some people will do in like a 2D game, then
Yeah.
worst case scenario, we walk by it, but it adds texture.
Yeah.
You know, actually, the worst case would probably be us fighting it, yeah, unprovoked, like a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
Like the GM put a monster in front of us. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
dead. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Especially
like,
in this game where it's just like you probably just die. Oh.
there is a small child off 100 yards in the jungle. Let's go kill it, and then it kills everyone.
GM, I don't think you're using random tables correctly. Random encounter tables. You encountered it. That means kill it.
Were those like things you were like I mean if you're like you don't even have to reveal or not, but is that like because you know ShadowDark does have that idea of like rounds and then the roles for like events or something. So is that something like you're kind of from a 40 perspective of playing it? Do you even like roll that, or is it more of like going with the
I don't.
role play solves kind of yeah
Vibes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
really go with the crawling rounds or things like that. It's just
Yeah, that's good.
Um,
Because that's the part of ShadowDark or some of those horror games I never really like. It always just felt really weird to me, like a lot of them, because it's like you'd have to find a table to be really specific. And most of the time, when it makes sense, you know, you'd just be like, all right, well, you know,
It's a supplement. You know, you can use it or you can't, but the moment it slows you down, maybe don't use it anymore.
right.
You know?
And I just remember just like you look at some of those tables and it'll be like it'd be like 3 dwarves all of a sudden are mining right here or something. You're like, cool. Like,
yeah.
Hey guys.
For session 1, well, I didn't really do this in session 1 either, but my idea was like I'm gonna roll on a D100 to see like what level of random encounter you get, like 1 through 9 or something. And this one, I didn't do that really. I had my prep. Yes, I said prep. Does this have like 7 bullet points? I don't know if you can see. You can't see. But I had like 7 bullet points, and I just pick one when it seems appropriate, you know, put it in there. I think next time I'll also have like a few like monsters ready in addition to the bullet points, and that's it.
That's good.
Yep.
yeah, that's cool.
Hopefully, we'll have some kind of a weird wizard with us.
Yes.
We'll see what
Yeah.
Nico ends up doing with that.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, Nico, your wizard's gonna be in the jungle for some reason. You don't have a choice.
Yeah,
Native.
it's fun.
He has the opportunity to be like some kind of a weird native at that point. So
That would be
yeah,
cool.
he's got a cool opportunity. Or like he's like I didn't make that up, right? The in the temple area that where the mount was in the mountains, they had like lizard people allegedly, right?
Yeah,
Or
I think
did I
you're
make
right.
that up?
Or snake people.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I probably would have just run that session without it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, snake people. Yeah. Adept Dawson left a comment about an hour ago. He said, "Imagine getting Granny Hunter on here." I don't know what he's talking about.
Who's Granny Hunter?
I think it might have been a reference to. Didn't you say that you had to go talk to help your grandma? real quick?
Oh, there you go.
That's my bet. Otherwise, it's a crazy coincidence, you know. And you know,
I guess so. Yeah, she would take care of business. That's for sure.
yeah, dude.
Anyway, unless you guys had other comments or critiques or anything.
No, that was a great time.
Yeah.
Do we want to hold off on the +1 level for now, or do we want to?
Yeah, we'll stay level 2 for now.
Cool.
I would consider that a successful session.
Cool.
If you guys have another successful session, then you'll be level 3.
Oh, that's right. That was the pattern. That's right.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're level 2, so you need 2 good sessions.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. All right. Again, I had a blast with you guys. Thanks for joining us, Jacob. I hope I didn't dox you.
I leave
by
my
saying
name up
your
there.
name.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. That was a really good time, though. I appreciate it, and yeah, it'd be fun to get Nico in here next time too. So.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
You have a nice night.
Yep. Take care, gentlemen.
Right.
See ya.
Good night.